Hey Vsauce, Casey here. Do you want to know what the most powerful events in the known universe are right now? Well, you're in luck because I'm going to tell you. These events are called GRBs, or gamma ray bursts for the longer version. Now, these can erupt with about a quintillion times the luminosity of our sun. Now, these were actually found by accident by the US Air Force in the 1960s when they launched spy satellites called Vela to detect gamma ray bursts in banned nuclear weapons tests from Soviets and every other country because they made an agreement. Now, they found 16 gamma ray events, which scientists at the time believed were actually from the inside of the Earth and the inside of the Sun. After about 3 decades of research, they would actually come to find out that these originated outside of the Milky Way. So now I will tell you about the long and short of it. Now, I did not steal that from NASA's own website. I came up with it myself beforehand. Astronomers separate GRBs into two separate categories, long and short events. Long events lasting 2 or more seconds, while short events lasting less than 2 seconds. Long events are linked to the death of supermassive stars, while short events are linked to two neutron stars colliding with each other. So how do these rays even occur, maybe coming across your mind right now? Well, in both situations, the death of a supermassive star and the merging of two neutron stars, their cores can collapse into a black hole, or white dwarfs. But today we're going to imagine that they're black holes. Now, the black hole creates two sorts of superjets that launch particles at the speed of light, and when they interact with matter from the dead stars, they produce gamma rays. They are then launched into the universe, destroying almost anything in their path. Sorry, I'm a bit sick. How powerful are they? Imagine all at once, 100 trillion nuclear weapons detonated all at once. Big explosion, right? Well, that's still not the amount of energy that's released by these. Times all of that by 100 billion per second, per year, and that's the type of energy some produce in less than a second. That is insane. That is too much energy. So what could happen if one hits us? Well, if one were to hit us, it would be an almighty mass extinction event. The photons would tear up our ozone layer, destroying plants in wake and leaving us vulnerable to UV radiation, which our ozone layer protects us from. A cloud of smog would cover our planet, but thankfully, we suspect another one won't hit us for another billion of years. So should we worry? In the end, we shouldn't worry about this impending doom. While it may be scary to think about and its effects could be dastardly, we don't think one will hit us for another billions of years, so humans may have evolved so much that we can get ourselves to safety. Plus, one will not happen in our lifetimes or our 30 million grandchildren's lives. That's how long it will take for one to hit us again. How often do they happen? Scientists can find and locate about 1 gamma ray burst per day, but for our satellites to actually see one, the burst needs to be aimed directly towards it. Now, I know that, so that means in actuality about 100 happen every day, but we can only find one. Now, I know that sounds scary. A GRB pointing right at us, shouldn't that mean we all be dead? Well, these GRBs are from universes and galaxies billions and billions of light years away, so that all that high energy has fizzled out over space, and the Earth's atmosphere can take all that energy and protect us from it. So in the short, they are very common across the universe. However, in the Milky Way alone, it takes about 10,000 to 1 million years for one to occur, so it is very rare in our Milky Way. Now I will talk about some just interesting things about GRBs. One of which is aliens, because I have to put aliens in everything. This is stretching the idea that there may be aliens or may not be aliens. Some scientists believe that we have not been contacted by or seen any aliens because gamma ray bursts have wiped them all out. Extinction across the universe, that's what they think has happened. They expect that only 10% of all known galaxies in the universe are actually habitable without worry of GRBs taking any of their planets out. Now I will be talking about boats. This is not a fishing trip. A boat means the brightest of all time, which is dedicated to the brightest GRB of all time, GRB 221009A, which was found on the 9th of October. Its burst lasted for over 10 minutes and happened around 1.9 billion years ago, but we just saw it in 2020, I'm pretty sure. Now, GRB rings. The giant GRB rings are the biggest known structure in the observable universe. They consist of 9 huge gamma rings, the length of 5.6 billion light years across. Now, as we see it, we see the X-ray light, or echo light, as known by the scientific community. This confuses a scientist, as this should just not exist. It is very, 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 very unlikely to happen, and we will probably never know how it will happen for a very, very long time. And that's about as much as I have for today. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.